We have a busy show here on Chicago Bears Now. My name is Harrison Graham. We have more information on Lamar Jackson's injury status as the Ravens have practice today. A lot to dive into there. The full Bears injury report has dropped. A lot of players on it. Is that bad? Is it not as bad as it seems? We'll dive into that as well. And then Ben Johnson spoke to the media earlier today, so have a couple thoughts on that as the work week has started for the Bears, if you will. So plenty to discuss. Let's talk about the Ravens quarterback here, as he was limited at practice today. It's the first time he's been on the practice or game field since his hamstring injury on September 28th against the Chiefs. Is he going to play? Is he not? We're going to tell you where things sit here in just a moment. But first, we are starting to separate in our subscriber battle this week with the Ravens rundown. I told you yesterday, we have won our sub battles 4 weeks in a row. I don't think it's a coincidence that the Bears have won 4 games in a row. So let's not put it up to fate. Let's take down the Ravens rundown. We're up 215 to 100 new subscribers. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Free and daily Bears content. And if you've been here a while and haven't subscribed, I would encourage you to do so right now. Okay. The Ravens tweeted this out, and the initial thought is, oh, Lamar's back. Like, he's full go. He's ready to be out there. But then there was reports he was limited at practice, unclear how much he's doing. Here's what John Harbaugh had to say about it. He goes, It was good to see him at practice. I was happy with all the guys. We had a lot of guys out there, so that was great. Basically no answer. He was asked, will he play on Sunday? It's hard to put a number on it in terms of his chances of playing. I don't have any shareable injury intelligence. I hate coach speak in the NFL. Eberflus used to do this all the time. Now, John Harbaugh has skins on the wall, so he can do what he wants, but it's like you have to put an injury report out. Like this competitive advantage thing. What you think the Bears are gonna be flat-footed if they go up against Cooper Rush or Tyler Huntley instead? Like Ben Johnson said earlier today, they're going to prepare for Lamar. And if he doesn't play, I don't think Cooper Rush or Tyler Huntley's catching the Bears off guard. Like, I just don't get this. Like, it's one thing if you have, like, this QB competition all training camp and for week 1, okay, I can handle that. But just give us more of an answer. I just think it's unnecessary at the NFL level. ESPN Ravens reporter Jamison Hensley hopped on SportsCenter after practice today and said the good news for the Ravens is that Jackson suited up for the first time since injuring that hamstring 24 days ago, but no one should assume that this means Jackson will definitely be playing this Sunday against the Chicago Bears. He did participate in some drills, but he was taking reps behind Tyler Huntley and Cooper Rush. Now, if Jackson can't play Sunday against the Bears, the Ravens are going to have to make a decision. Will they go with Tyler Huntley, who played late in the last game after Cooper Rush struggled for a second straight game, or will they stick with the struggling Cooper Rush? It's been ugly for Cooper Rush in Baltimore. He's played in 4 games. He started 2. The completion percentage is fine, but no touchdowns, 4 turnovers, barely hitting 300 yards when he has started 2 games, and he finished that game against Kansas City as well. So he's really played about 2.5 games worth and barely over 300 yards. Terrible passer rating. He has not been very good. He has not looked like the at least somewhat steady Cooper Rush we saw in Dallas the last several years when he's gotten to play a little bit for an injured Dak Prescott. So that's been an issue. Obviously, Tyler Huntley's back in the fold again for Baltimore. He's kind of come and gone several times. He's on the practice squad, but they could elevate him for game day up to 2 more times, I think. I think they've only used 1 elevation up to this point. Maybe it's 2. Either way, they have at least 1 more that they could use in this game. In his career, he's been a below average backup. There was a time a few years back where it was like, man, could this guy be pretty good? He had a decent 3 or 4 game stretch a few years back. I think it was actually the year he beat the Bears in 2021. Remember Andy Dalton hit that big deep ball to Marquise Goodwin to give the Bears the late lead, and then Huntley drove him down the field. So the Bears have seen this guy before. It's been a long time, obviously. My gut tells me Lamar's playing. I will say this, though. I think the Ravens expected to get out of the bye and for the players to return to the building Monday and that Lamar would be like full throttle. Clearly, that's not the case. He did not practice Monday. He was limited today and was taking reps behind Cooper Rush and Tyler Huntley. So they're still trying to get those two guys ready in case Lamar can't go. Now, Lamar is established enough as a player. If he doesn't practice much but can give it a go on Sunday, I think he would play. He's got to, right? The Ravens are 1-5. Now, if there's major re-injury risk or it could be a worse injury, like I get it. This is a hundreds of millions of dollars asset that you've got here, but your season's on the line if you're Baltimore. So as a Bears fan and content creator, if I'm the Bears, I'd fully expect Lamar to go. Now, maybe he's limited. Now, maybe he doesn't look like full Lamar in terms of his ability to escape and to run and all that stuff, but is 70% Lamar Jackson better than Cooper Rush or Tyler Huntley? As long as there's no major risk of re-injury, and hammies are tricky, there's certainly a case there. I mean, Kyler Gordon missed the first month. TJ Edwards missed about 3.5 weeks, so it's certainly a possibility, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, the Ravens' full injury report did just drop. Shout out producer Cullen getting this on screen real quick. Cheeto Awuzie's full. He's expected to be back. So Zay Flowers full go as well. Kyle Hamilton limited, but he talked to the media today, and he played in their last game. So I expect him to be out there. Marlon Humphrey dealing with an illness, but he should be fine. He has not played well this year up to this point, so we'll see how he plays this week. Lamar officially listed as limited, which was reported and expected. Roquan's full go. He'll be back. So is Ronnie Stanley. So they're getting some key guys back, and if Lamar is back too, that's why Vegas has the Ravens as a major favorite, because even though they're 1-5, this is a very talented team. Yes, Nnamdi Madubuike is out for the year, but how many people picked Baltimore to win the Super Bowl this year? They were my Super Bowl pick. So a part of me wants Lamar to play, and I just want to see, well, first of all, I don't cheer for injuries. And number two, I want to see how the Bears stack up against this team on the road as a major underdog. Like 4 wins in a row, you don't have to win this game. It's not the end of the world if you don't. But if you do, especially as a big underdog against a team that absolutely has to win, that would tell me a lot about this Chicago Bears football team. Who starts for the Ravens at quarterback on Sunday? Type LJ for Lamar Jackson, CR for Cooper Rush, or TH for Tyler Huntley. I think Lamar's giving it a go, but I will acknowledge if he plays, I don't think he's 100%. I think they'll probably have to limit how much they can run him, which could be an advantage for the Bears as well. All right, coming up, we will dive into the Bears injury report and react to something in particular that Ben Johnson said today, and something I actually definitely agree with. But first, got to tell you guys about our awesome sponsor, Mando. We got a couple other products right here, the deodorant wipes. We got the body wash as well. Fellas, get going with Mando and get 20% off all of their products with code CHAT at checkout. Fall is here. Football is here. It's the best time of the year for the fellas. It's also a great time of year to be outside, run around if you got any kids, or if you're trying to go out and toss the ball with your buddies, whatever the case may be, go out for a drink on a porch. Sometimes, you run around, you get a little sweaty. That's where Mando steps in. Don't let body odor sideline you. Mando Deodorant Plus Sweat Control is for real working guys. Mando is formulated to stop odor before it starts and doesn't mask odor with overwhelming fragrance. Mando has several awesome products, from the deodorant wipes, spray deodorant, stick deodorant, and much more. And the best part is that their products are safe from head to toe. Check this out. With one swipe, you're good to go. This isn't your typical deodorant. It's clinical strength, 2 times better at controlling sweat than the standard. It controls both sweat and odor for 72 hours. And just after 12 hours, underarm sweat was reduced by 92%. This stuff works, guys. Mando Starter Pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with the solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, like the deodorant wipes, like the mini body wash. Plus, you get free shipping. And as a special offer for our listeners, new customers get 20% off site-wide with our exclusive code CHAT. That is code CHAT at shopmando.com. 20% off plus free shipping, shopmando.com. Please support the show. Tell them we sent you. That's Bears Now by Chat Sports. Mando's got you covered. Protect your pits. Smell great doing it. All right, let's dive into the Bears injury news of the day. 5 players did not practice. 4 more were limited, plus Austin Booker and Travis not Travis Homer, he was activated. Austin Booker and Ogbongbemiga updates as well. These were the 5 players that did not practice. Roschon Johnson, he gets 1 carry, and now he's got a back issue apparently. I'm kidding. I'm not trying to poke fun, but not sure when that occurred. Could have been on special teams. Plays a lot of special team snaps, obviously. DeAndre Swift clearly has been kind of nursing a minor groin thing because a lot of the last several weeks, he's not practicing a ton, but then he's ready to go game day. And listen, I like how he's playing. So, like, you manage his practice load like you need to. He's a vet. He knows the offense. So, I got no issue with that. Kind of same deal with DJ Moore. He got banged up a couple games ago. You want these reps, but early in the week, if you're nursing these guys, I totally get it. Obviously, the 2 to really watch, because I think Swift and Moore are going to play. Roschon we'll see, but he's not as vital, obviously. Cole Kmet, who left the last game with a back injury, has never missed a game in his career, so you think he'd try to gut it out if he can. And then Tyrique Stevenson with that shoulder, because obviously you've been a little thin at corner with Jalen Johnson out right now for an extended period, and obviously Terrell Smith out for the season. So that's obviously one to watch. They haven't worked out any corners this week or anything, so that makes me think they're hopeful that Tyrique's going to give it a go on Sunday. Some of this, like I alluded to, feels kind of like pain, just kind of season management, right? Like guys get banged up and you got to monitor the practice load. So I think that's kind of what's going on with a couple of these guys like DJ and Swift in particular. So keep that in mind. I don't think that this is necessarily a panic button thing. We'll see how the week goes. Limited, Braxton Jones, which – I always think funny is the wrong word, but when a guy doesn't play, then all of a sudden he pops up on the injury report. It's like, how did that happen? So he's got a little knee, so we'll see what happened there. Maybe he got banged up in practice today. I'm not sure. Grady Jarrett limited with that knee injury. I expect him to return this week, so keep an eye on that. Nahshon Wright limited. Remember, he left late in that game, then returned. I think he's going to be fine. Again, they didn't work out any corners, so at least one of these guys is playing, Tyrique and Nahshon Wright, and I'm still hopeful that both can give it a go. And then obviously Cairo Santos, who's been dealing with that right thigh injury, has not kicked the last 2 weeks. I actually think this is the one to watch this week, this kicker situation, because obviously Jake Moody, who has filled in the last 2 weeks off the practice squad, 8 for 9, had the game winner in Washington, kicking the ball pretty well right now, has been steady, hasn't missed an extra point. What do you do, right? He's got 1 elevation left off the practice squad, so if Cairo's not ready this week, you can elevate him, and then, after that, he either has to stay on the practice squad, you have to sign but not get elevated anymore, or you got to sign him to the 53. And if you don't, another team could poach him. They might look at him and say, what if he kicks this week, goes 3 for 3, and in a 2-game sample, he's 11 for 12. I don't know. If I'm the Giants, I'd probably try to sign him, right? Like, their guys missing extra points left and right. They just had to cut him. So that's something that could come into play here. Here's what I would do. I know Cairo was limited today, but unless he's absolute full throttle 100%, I'm calling Moody up 1 more week from the practice squad. I'm kicking Jake Moody again on Sunday. And if he kicks well, then it's decision time. Do you sign him to the 53? Is there a world where you would cut Cairo Santos? I don't think he's going on IR at this point. You could have done that and then signed Moody to the 53 a couple weeks ago, but they didn't. I would kick Jake Moody 1 more week. After 1 game, I was like, there's no kicker controversy. Ben said the same thing. I fully agreed with it too. I'm still not fully there, but I'm to the point where I'm like, there might be a world where this could be your long-term answer. He's in his mid-20s. Cairo's 33. He doesn't have the strongest leg. He's kind of year to year with you at this point. Like, I want to see Jake Moody kick another week. And then, if he has a bad game or something, like, okay, if Cairo's healthy, go back to him. If he has a good game, maybe it's a weird scenario where you have 2 kickers on the 53 for a limited time. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to just, lose Jake Moody without having more information. So I think I would kick him this week, hold out Cairo 1 more week, and then kind of go from there since they do have that ability to elevate him for game day off the practice squad for 1 more week. All right, full participants, Austin Booker, Ogbongbemiga. Remember, they are in their 21-day practice windows. For Booker, this is the 3rd week of that 21 days. So they either have to sign him or reactivate him to the 53 or leave him on IR for the season, which I don't think they're going to do that. So I expect them to activate him. And with Ogbongbemiga, they have another week. This is the second week of that window, so they could hold off there. But I expect Booker to be activated. Then the question is, what's the corresponding roster move? Does someone go on IR? Do they cut somebody? You've got a few options there, like a DeMarco Jackson, a Carl Jones Jr. So a few options there for Booker, but I expect him to be activated before this week. Okay, will Austin Booker return this week? Type Y for yes, or you can type in for no. I think he will. I think they're pretty pleased with how guys like Dominique Robinson are playing right now, but I don't want to just leave him on IR for the season. I want to see if he can help this pass rush. Okay, Ben Johnson spoke to the media earlier today, hit on a variety of topics, but kind of talked about the fact that this team, despite winning 4 in a row, hasn't necessarily fired on all cylinders in any individual game, right? You think about the games real quick before I get into his quote. Week 1, started out hot. Caleb slowed down. Defense great for 3 quarters, bad in the 4th quarter. Week 2, defense got shredded. Week 3 against Dallas was the closest to a complete game, but the run game still wasn't clicking yet. Week 4 against the Raiders, kind of an up and down game for the offense as a whole. The defense obviously played well. That Commanders game, run game broke out. Pass game was hit and miss. Defense mostly solid. And then this last week, run game excellent again. Defense for the most part awesome again. But the pass game kind of hit some stalls there. So Ben was kind of asked about like, hey, because something Caleb said when he spoke to the media after the game, like, you know, if I start doing my part more consistently, this offense could be devastating, is I think the word he used. Ben said this: I don't think we've played a collective 60 minutes yet as a team. It will be a beautiful thing when that happens, really, in all 3 phases. Offensively, we've had times where the passing game has been good. We've had times where the running game has looked good. It just hasn't come together as an entire team or unit yet. It'll be a fun thing to watch when that happens. And look, you never play a perfect 60 minutes, but he's absolutely right. Even in the Saints game, like, even the defense, as good as it was, right? Into the first half, start of the second half, actually really bad. Those 2 defensive drives were poor. I mean, straight down the field to end the first half for New Orleans. You let Chris Olave get behind you in a situation where you should not give up a deep ball. And then straight down the field to start the second half. Really poor 6, 8, 10 minutes there for the defense. But the beauty of all this is the Bears have won 4 in a row, and they've been far from perfect. Penalties continue to be an issue. In 2 of these 4 games, the run game was really bad. Now it's really good. The passing game, now that the running game has kind of settled in, the passing game has kind of stalled a bit, whereas before it was the better part of the offense and the running game wasn't. So again, and we've talked about it, like, when all these things click in one game, and it's never going to be a perfect game, but if you get a mostly collective game from your offense and the defense continues to play well, I mean, could that game against the Saints been more of like a 45-7 win if that would have happened? Maybe. Who knows? That's the exciting part. You're winning games by not playing complete complementary football throughout the course of the game. Now, they're certainly doing that enough to win these games. I don't want to downplay this 4-game winning streak. It's hard to win 4 in a row in the NFL regardless of opponent, but Ben's absolutely right. Like, they're leaving stuff on the table right now. So if they can clean that up just a little bit, again, it's never going to be perfect, then this team has a chance to be pretty damn good, man. And I mean this year. Like, that's actually a possibility. So that's part of the reason, too. Like, I would like to see how this team matches up on the road against Baltimore with Lamar playing, because that is an empty-the-tank game for Baltimore. If you could beat the Ravens in those circumstances, that probably means you played a pretty damn good football game. So we'll see how the rest of the week goes in terms of the injuries, and obviously we'll see how it goes on Sunday. But it's exciting times right now. This team's vibing. This team's coaching their asses off, and players are responding. It's a beautiful thing to see. All right. That's it for us here on Chicago Bears Now. Put out a trade rumor segment earlier today. Jermaine Johnson linked to Chicago. If you missed that, go check it out by subscribing. Go to the content tab. It'll be the most recent video. I would greatly appreciate it. My name is Harrison Graham. We'll see you guys soon. Bear down.